Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be doing a flight sim video. I'll be gone like the last video. I'll be gone for a week on vacation, so I'll be making some flight sim videos to keep up the posting on the channel. When we come back in the new year, we will be doing some flight sim streams. You probably heard in the first video about how my PC specs, I didn't get to my new specs yet because I bought the wrong RAM and the processor couldn't keep up with that RAM, so I have to wait till the new year to build the PC. So our first ever stream will be, our first ever stream in 2025 will be on the new PC specs. Anyways, last video, we flew the ASUS Airlines A321neo. Today we're flying a Boeing 767-300 Freighter Air Canada Cargo. My favorite airline in this aircraft. I really like this aircraft with this livery. It's very nice, but hope you guys are all having a great day and hope you guys enjoy this video. I did buy a new Stream Deck with some knobs here, so I'm hoping that the sounds will actually be a little bit better, but we'll see. I might have to tune up and down with the sounds, but we'll see how everything goes. But we're gonna hop in the cockpit here. We got the AP running, you probably heard it. And we're gonna get ready to go. So if we look up top here, our AP gen's on, so we can click that. You're gonna hear everything switch, so that's all been set. We'll open up our tablet, and we're gonna remove the GPU and remove the chocks. So all done there, all done there, all done there. We go to airplane, all doors are closed and locked. We're using the Pratt & Whitney engines, and then we have 8 pallets on board, 11,812 pounds per pallet, and 37,000 pounds of fuel. Plane's all loaded, ready to go. One thing I'm gonna mention too is we are using XP Realistic, just like the last video. So we're gonna have some realistic sounds with this aircraft, and we also have a Magno Studios sound pack here. For sounds, so I don't know if they interfere with each other. Hopefully not, because that would not be fun, but whatever. We're gonna call it pushback here and get ready to go, because why not? Let's just double check our pushback. We go to preferences. I always do this just to make sure. Auto disconnect when done is checked, and hide the magic squares checked. All good there, so that's good and good. So we can just X out there, and then we'll call up better pushback. We also have fly with Lua, so we can see if it's a butter landing or not. As you guys saw in the last video, my landing with the air, I don't know why I can't butter the A321 series at all. I just can't figure it out. Even the A319 and 320neo, I can never do it. I can get acceptable or great landings. I can never butter the Boeing aircrafts. I fly them. Out of all my flight sim experience, I've flown Boeing way more. So today we'll see, but I haven't flown the 767 for probably a couple months, and I haven't done a practice flight, so we'll see how it goes. But anyways, oh, we already got pushback ready there.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready. Ground to cockpit.
And then while we're doing this, I need to go ground. Yep, everything is gone. Airplane, all good there. And we'll turn off our packs here. So if you guys notice, on the Boeing 767, we have the avionics upgrades. So our panels are all glass panels, and they are more modern look than the old glass panels. Keep in mind when you do switch between panels, when you load in the aircraft, if you're looking between the two different panels when you first load in, when you choose the panel you want, then you have to close the game and reload the game up, because otherwise this side won't show up, but the first officer's side did. Just experienced that before the video, so I had to restart the game. This is our takeoff config, looking at a rotation speed of 147, a climb out of 154 on out of Toronto here. We're heading down south to Atlanta. So this is a real-world Air Canada cargo ops from Toronto to Atlanta. So see how this goes. Beacon lights on, everything up top looks good. APU is running. Let's we'll turn off our packs and everything once we actually start pushback here, and we'll get ready to get on out of here. Flight's looking pretty calm. Departing out of Toronto might be a little bit bumpy because we're going to be flying through some clouds that are pretty low. You look on the METAR here in weather. It's an MVFR rating here. 5 knots of wind, that's fine. Visibility is fine for takeoff. Broken clouds at 1600, and the ceiling's at 1600. So we're going to see some clouds all the way up and probably until we're above 10,000. It's -8 outside, so we're going to turn on our anti-ice here once we start pushback. But otherwise, everything's looking good. All right, release the parking brake.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
All right, so we'll get our checklist out right here. Go to packs. So we'll go up to our pre-saved view. Packs can go off, and left engine to ground. We'll look here. Wait for N2 rotation, and then we'll start engine 1. Okay, there we go. 20%. Start the engine up. And now we'll get this engine started on up. Okay, so engine 1 is starting up fine. We will get engine number 2 started here. So we go back up top here and right to ground.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake set, and we'll get engine number 2 started up.
Stand by.
Engine 2 start. And there we go. As pushback is leaving, we'll make sure that everything's looking good here. We'll wait for the hand signal, then we'll throw flaps in, as well as a control test. All that will change, I hope, very soon. Also turn our anti-ices on, because it's minus temperature. You'll see my screens moving around. It's the head shake and vibration movement that we get from the engine starting. It's XP realistic, like I said. Any of the plugins I use, link in the description. Wait for that hand signal, and then we'll go from there. It should be on the right here, that hand signal. Yeah, I've been flying Airbus for so much and so long that now I'm kind of forgetting about Boeing.
Has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time, and have a great flight.
Thank you. There's that hand signal. We're going to throw flaps 5. So 1, 5. There we go. Flaps 5 set on the controls. Yep, we got our hand signal. Thank you very much. Pin is in his hand. We know it's gone. Is he going to disappear? Oh, there he goes. Thought that was a bit of a glitch there. We'll go back up top and throw our packs back on. We can throw those back on. And we'll do a quick checklist here. Before taxi, APU selector off, because we're on APU gens. Engine anti-ice is on. Left and right isolation off, as well as the APU bleed. Status display. Right here, we'll zoom in a little bit so I can see the controls. We'll put our feet on the rudder pedals here. And we'll then do a left aileron, right aileron, elevator down, and elevator back, as well as rudder left and rudder right. We're looking good there. Let's make our way. We got a bit of a taxi to runway 23, but in the video, you won't even notice that. Okay, we're just going to turn left on Alpha here. And then basically it's just straight down and we're going to be at runway 23. So turn left here. And continue down to runway 23. We're just going to turn right on Hotel here, and then go into Quebec, and we're going to use a full length for takeoff. So we're somewhat heavy. And it's not a long runway, so that's why we got a headwind, so that's going to be nice. We got real life weather on. There should be snow. I don't know why there's no snow right now, but according to tomorrow's METAR, there should be ice rain and mist tomorrow. And stay tuned, because next video we're going to be flying from Toronto to Newark as Air Canada A321, which is a real world Air Canada ops, and we're going to be flying from Toronto to Newark Liberty in New York is the next video. Okay, we'll set the parking brake. We're at the hold short line here, and we'll confirm everything. So we'll go to our before takeoff checklist. Taxi light off, and it is it. We can see white collision light on, wing lights on, landing lights on, nose light on, and turn off lights on. If I can get to the switch, you know what? Let's just do this. There we go. Up top looks good, and everything there. Before takeoff checklist complete. We are clear for takeoff. There we go. Air Canada 7202, and yeah, our temperature -8. That's wonderful outside. Okay, we'll start taxiing onto the runway here. Let's see if I can get a good takeoff. Hopefully it's going to be good. We'll also engage VNAV and LNAV. Get those engaged before takeoff here. So when we climb out, it's a VNAV climb out with our speed and everything. And then we can engage autopilot as well. So unfortunately, you guys probably hear that clicking sound. I can't fix that. Every time I install a sound pack, it does it. I'm pretty sure it's a sound pack. I don't think it's the actual XP Realistic that's doing it, because it would do it for every aircraft. But for some reason, the 767, every time I install the Mango Studio sound pack, it does have that clicking sound. I think it's a glitch, but it doesn't happen a lot, but we'll see. All right, let's turn onto the runway here. Hear those engines spoil up and get ready for the takeoff. All right, 50% just to get the engines up. Full power. And nose down pressure, release, toga. Hey. Enjoy the takeoff. 80 knots, cross check. 100 knots, neutral. Bit bouncy here. V1, rotate. I'm getting a terrain warning already. Positive rate, gear up. Really far climb out here. Let's engage our... oh, we got VNAV now. Nice. We got to really put our nose down here before it really makes us climb crazy. Turn to the left here, just to vector quickly, and then we're going to get our waypoints set. A little bit windy coming out. Oof. Yeah. And now we'll engage autopilot. And now that autopilot is engaged, we can clean up the aircraft here. So gear is up. We'll get our flaps sorted here very shortly, but we're going to use VNAV and LNAV climb out. Soon here, we're going to be going to... Actually, let's just go direct. So we'll go to our legs page. Actually, direct to Murno. Okay, that didn't work. Oh. It did work. I'm just not doing it right. And then we'll go to our legs page. So now we're going to go direct to Murno and climb on out of here. So we're going to go flaps 1. So we're at 220 knots. We can go flaps 1. A very nice takeoff, I think. Those sounds were crazy nice. And then it's going to change our speed. So we have LNAV and VNAV engage, climbing. Everything's looking good. Gear is up, so we're looking good there. And we'll continue our climb out here to our first waypoint, making our way over to... Atlanta. I feel like I always pronounce it weird. As I said on the Metro, I got a few clouds in our vicinity here, but not that bad. Alright, since we're coming past 8,000, almost 9,000 feet, we're going to go flaps up 0 degrees. Flaps up and gear is up. Once we're above 10,000, then we're going to throw our landing lights and I'll turn off lights off. Right now, we're just going to follow our flight plan on out of here using LNAV and VNAV all the way up to flight level 340. Our first restriction is 10,900. And then we're going to make up to 15,200. Yeah, 250 knots. There we go. And landing lights are off. It's now going to go to 293. So we'll do this so it's actually easier. So turn off lights off, and then landing lights off, and the wing light off, and that's it. And now we'll continue our climb out here up to 34,000. Right now, we're flying through some clouds. Got an 8-knot crosswind coming from the right. We're about to start our turn here. We're also increasing our speed. I never really use, to be honest, I never have ever used VNAV for climbing out on a 767. This is the first time on video. I don't know why. I did it a lot on the Airbus, learned it on stream, and now I'm doing it on the 767. But we're going to climb out here. I really do like the new glass displays. I think it's the glass displays they call it. If you guys want, comment in the comment section if you want me to do a flight with the 767 again, with the 767 retro displays, the original displays, the analog displays, I think that is what they call it. Just comment that in the comment section. I can do one of the flights, because I think in 2025, Air Canada is actually flying the 767-300ER variant back and bringing that back into service. I think they're doing flights from Toronto to Calgary and Edmonton, Toronto to Vegas, and then Toronto to somewhere in the Caribbean, I'm pretty sure. Somewhere down there, if I'm not mistaken. But I think there's also Tampa Bay. I think they're flying too. I'm not sure though. But yes, if you guys want, I can fly the Boeing 767-300ER passenger version as Air Canada, because that will be a real world flight in 2025, which is crazy. Now they're bringing that aircraft back, and I could do the glass displays or I can do the analog displays. But let me know if you guys prefer anything, something new to change up. We're gonna continue our climb out here. Speed's good, altitude's good, flaps are up 0 degrees, so we're looking good here on our climb out up to our cruise. Everything's looking good. Nice blue sky now. Outside temperature is actually -7 now. Interesting. It went from -8 on the ground to -7 in the sky. Interesting. I thought it'd be the opposite. But everything's looking good. Just enjoy the climb out up to our cruise. Well, actually, we'll wait till we're above our standard pressure, and then we'll change that by, I think, pressing this in once that comes up, and then we'll enjoy the climb out here. But we'll also change this to now 40. Okay, so we are well above 18,000 feet now, so we will click... I'm going to say it's this one. Nope. This one. Oh my goodness, I'm mistaking it. Standard pressure. It's going to drop that down to the standard 29.902, as well as on this side we'll do it. So it's even, and I think that's going to be this one. There we go. And then they're already on 29.902, so we should actually switch this to 3049 is what the Toronto one was. And then just before descent, we'll change it. Actually, below 18,000 feet, then we'll change it into Atlanta as well. There we go. So we're on standard pressure for both sides, 3049er. And now we'll just enjoy the climb out. We got flaps up 0 degrees. We can just confirm that. And we're coming up to our climb already. And that's about it. So for now, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the climb out up to our cruise. Okay, so we are coming up to our cruising altitude of 340. We have Mach 0.802 is our cruising speed, and that's all set through our cost index. So if you look on our perf page, in index, perf, cost index 36, everything based off of here determines your VNAV speed and climb rate. Go back to our legs page. 34,000 is set there. So now that we are at our cruise altitude, throttles will bring itself back so we can actually continue our cruise. And we're going to be cruising at 280 indicated airspeed, which is Mach 0.80. Now that we're at cruise speed and cruising altitude, everything's looking good here. Above the clouds, nice blue sky, nice calm flight, not very turbulent, which is nice. But I want to take a look on here because I know we're going to want to take a direct. That's where we want to go. Our descent page. Our descent when we're below 10,000 feet. So the plan is, when we start our descent, we're going to use VNAV. So we'll use VNAV to descend and everything. Once we are below 10,000 feet, that's when I'll disengage VNAV and take control of the speed myself and manually descend the aircraft using the autopilot. Because below 10,000 feet, I like to do things manually. Maybe below 8,000 feet, I'll start doing it manually. Depends on the speed and vertical speed there for our descend. But there should be a way I can see approach ref. So when we get closer to the ILS, then we'll tune our ILS in here. So it'd be 108.9 here and 095 here. And then we're going to be landing flaps 30, 144 knots. Anything below 140 we don't do. So say flaps 30 was 135 and flaps 25 was like 140. We would be then landing flaps 25 at 140. But because 144 knots is, we're still in 140, we'll be landing at flaps 30, 144 knots. That's going to be our approach landing speed into Atlanta for today's flight. We'll go back on the legs page here. We don't start our descent until waypoint Al-Adi. Al-Adi is when we start our descent, just after Al-Adi. So if we look and zoom out on here, you can see a very, very small green circle there. That's where our top of descent is, which is just after the waypoint Al-Adi. So a little bit of a way off, but I'll catch you guys just before our top of descent. Okay, so we are just coming up to our top of descent here very shortly. And with that, we will get the aircraft ready for descent. So we are going to hit descend now when that time comes. We're not going to click it now. Right when that TD is like right about here, just about, we're going to hit descend now. But right now, we are going to prepare the aircraft for the descent. So on my iPad, I don't have the charts up on my screen, but on my iPad, if we look at the Navigraph charts for the ILS localizer, we need to intercept the localizer at 2,700. So we're going to put it at 2,500 just to be safe. So we're going to bring this all the way down to 2,500. Got to keep going. Oops, went too far. There we go, 2,500. And then we're going to hit descend now when the time comes. So we'll go to our descent page. I should turn the brightness. That's too bright. And then we'll get ready for our top descent. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the video so far. I like making these videos. Hopefully you guys enjoy it as much as I do. But we are going to get our top of descent here very shortly. If we're looking at the METAR, winds are looking very good. The weather, VFR flying. Temperature is 2 degrees now. I think it's actually still been 2 degrees. I don't know. Everything's looking good. And then our altimeter is slightly lower than what we have set, which we can change once we're below our 18,000 feet, which is at transition altitude. Right now, though, everything's looking good in Atlanta. It's looking good in Atlanta, better than it was in Toronto. But we'll see. Hopefully I can get a nice landing. We have the meter up so you guys can tell if it's a good landing or not. I know with Boeing, I'm better. I've been flying Boeing aircrafts in X-Plane 11 and X-Plane 12 since 2021, 22. So for a few years now. And switched to Airbus over the summer and been flying a lot of Airbus over the summer. And since then, I haven't really got that best landings. But we're going to get ready for our top of descent here, which is happening very soon. 767 is my favorite aircraft out of all the Boeing aircrafts. And then it's probably the 777 and 747 in there too. Stay tuned. I will be doing a Boeing 747 video or Boeing 747 live stream in 2025. Not sure, but sometime in the future in 2025, I will be doing a Boeing 747 cargo flight stream or video. Not sure. Okay, we're coming up to our top of descent here, so I'm going to hit descend now. Actually, if we zoom out, it might not be just yet. Oh, no, it's coming up here. Should be able to reduce speed. I think we're starting our top of descent here very short. I hit it too soon. I forgot I was zoomed in all the way. So, my bad on that. But we are getting our descent ready here. And then once we're below transition altitude, I'll set that ILS for us so it's easy to come to the landing and approach. So we hit localizer, and then when we get the glide slope, hit approach, and we are good to go. If we want an auto land, then we hit center and right, but regular autopilot's just left. Alright, VNAV path, top of descent's happening. We're descending down all the way following the restrictions, 28,000, 20,000, 15 onwards, until we get to our 2,500 or 2,700 technically for the glide slope intersect at Atlanta. But right now we're starting our top of descent. We'll go to our initial reference, which is our approach, and we're looking at maybe 142 now for landing. 141. So if this goes below, if it goes below 135, then we have to do a flaps 30 at 140. Or we might do a flaps 25, but depending on what the thing is, I think we're going to be sticking with 30 at 140. It looks like, yeah, 30 flaps at 141 for landing, and then our ILS will set all that up here very shortly too. Looking at our descent, we're going down to 13,000 feet at waypoint Andre. We need to be 13,000 feet there, so that's it. It's very quiet when you're not on VATSIM. That's something I enjoy. It is that it's quiet. But yeah, we'll start a descent here. Make our way down to our altitude that we need for intercepting the glide slope. But for now, just enjoy the top of the... I'm about to say enjoy the top of descent. For now, just enjoy the descent. Alright, so we're continuing our descent here into Atlanta. Like I said, the weather is looking like 3 knots crosswind, 6 knot headwinds, so we're looking good. We're landing on runway 09er right, which landing on 09er right, we just have to vacate to the right, and we're at the cargo apron. If we land a little bit late, then we're a little bit more, we got to go to it. Right now, though, everything's looking good. Our descent rate's looking good. Our LNAV and VNAV, I never really use VNAV that much, and I'm actually, like, since I used Airbus, it's like all automated now. I've been using VNAV for Boeing now for starting today. VNAV for descent, though, I've been using all the time. VNAV for climb out and everything, I didn't, and I used to always overspeed, and it'd be like, what the heck? And then you have blaring of the alarms, and it would be so annoying. But now, I figured it out. We've got it ready to go. One thing to mention too, starting in 2025 when I start streaming again, I got a new Stream Deck. I got the Stream Deck Plus, which is, compared to my current Stream Deck, the Stream Deck Plus is crazy nice. It's a larger Stream Deck. You have 4 dials that can press in and press out. Press in or press it again, and it's like a toggle. So you press it in, mutes, press it again, unmute. I can do that for my X-Plane 12 sound, my microphone, and music, and anything like that. And then you have 4 buttons on top, 4 buttons. So you got 8 buttons, and then 4 analog volume controls, and that you can also toggle for mute and unmuting. So it's very nice, very, very large style too. It's very large. The the Stream Deck Plus, which is nice. I like it's more of a premium compared to my old one. I had my Stream Deck for the last probably 1.5 years, maybe 2 years. My old one, so I was like, you know what, time to upgrade my Stream Deck. I have a lot of volume settings. I got my microphone, my X-Plane 12 sound, music, and then the dials I can change the volume as well as unmuting and muting and unmuting. So I can really change it without needing to grab my mouse, drag it over onto OBS Studio, then change the dial there. I can just turn these dials on the Stream Deck and it just turns the volume down or up depending on what I want for my X-Plane. So for example, if we're going to be taking off and landing, I might turn the sounds a little bit more up than normal so you guys can really hear the sounds when we come in for landing. So I might do that when we come in for approach here. Okay, so if we take a look at our screen here, we're just about to go below transition altitude, so then we're going to have to set our altimeters to 30.41, if I'm not mistaken, according to our altimeters in Atlanta, 3041. So we'll go down here, pull that back out, and then bring this to 3041, as well as on the first officer co-pilot side. Bring that back out and go 3041 is the altimeters for Atlanta right now. And then we'll continue with our top of descent, or we'll continue with our descent, sorry. On our way down, Romeo at the very end of the runway if we have to do full length, but most likely it also could be halfway down. We'll see. See how it turns out. We're just going to try and focus to get a good landing, because at some point we're going to have to forget about the ILS or the glide slope, and then aim for the piano keys and the numbers and land down just after those, hopefully, and try and get a good landing. Like I said, haven't flown a Boeing aircraft for a pretty long time, so this is going to be fun, but we will see, because like I said, it's going to be interesting because, yeah, like I said, I've been flying Airbus for the last week and a half, so see how this landing goes. Now we are going to get some drag in here to bring our speed down to 240 knots. And we are now going to go up top here and turn our runway turnoff lights on. That's our taxi light. Runway turnoff lights on, landing lights on. Nose gear light comes on once the gear is down, and the wing light. Nose gear light comes down when we throw our gear down, so you actually can see the light and not just shining inside of the carriage underneath. Tuned, selected, enter. Our minimums. What is our minimum set at? Good question. Where do I find that? And auto brake level 2. Auto brakes level 2. That is set. We can put our speed brake away. And then we're going to take control of the VNAV here. VNAV speed. And auto brake has been set. For our approach, we'll do once we're on the glide slope. So auto brakes are level 2. We'll go flaps 1. Should be able to do flaps 1 since we're below 250 knots. Yep, flaps 1 set. And we'll take control of speed from here. So I think we have to do this, right? Yep, there we go. We'll bring it down to 230, our speed right now. We will be bringing our speed down slowly, but right now if we bring our speed down, it's too slow. I learned that the hard way. Yeah, in the past, when I first started playing Flight Sim, I never really knew how to use VNAV or autopilot properly, and I used to always descend too early, or I used to descend too early and then bring our speed back too early, and then we'd be like dragging just across very slowly. But now I know what I'm doing in Airbus and the Boeing aircrafts for the autopilot setup, which is nice. And then we'll arm speed brake. I mean, in this aircraft, I don't think you need to arm the speed brake because it automatically goes back. Right when you bring the throttles and you bring reversers out, speed brake goes. But we will bring our speed brake slightly up so it arms itself for the landing. And then we're going to turn right just after this stump waypoint, I think it's labeled as. A speed brake up, or speed brake back, and we'll go flaps 5 now. Flaps 5 being set in the system. Oh my goodness, I did not know that actually works. I thought this thing didn't work. Instead of me doing this and going over like this and checking flaps 5, I can just do this. Zoom in slightly, look over here, and I can just see that we have flaps 5 set. Now I know. I never knew that, and I've been flying this aircraft for the last 2 years when I first started playing X-Plane 11. 3 years maybe. So instead of moving my WASD keys and looking over here to see flaps 5, I can just look at this indicator right here and it just tells me what our flaps are. I didn't even realize that. That is ridiculous. And then now that we're going direct to D-fins, we can just click LNAV again to bring that over. And aircraft will continue its descent. Glide slope's coming up. We'll also bring our speed now to 180. And the next notch of flaps can come in here. There we go. And speed brake. Yep, I know. Speed brake's extended. Actually, we should bring it up to about here, technically, but should be good. We'll get ready for the landing into Atlanta here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this flight sim video. While I'm gone on holiday, you guys can at least see some flight sim content I still produced before. Okay, so right now, glide slope's starting to move around here. Everything's looking good. Our flaps are looking good. It's a manual landing, beautiful day today, very low winds. So that's all looking good. We'll hit localizer. It's going to grab the localizer. And then soon we're going to hit approach, which should knock out the VNav once we have that showing up here. Very good descent rate and very good setup here that we have. This is the first time where everything's been on point with the aircraft and the landing into an airport since I've ever flown this plane. And the airport is right in front of us there. World's busiest airport, I'm pretty sure, according to online, if I'm not mistaken. Localizer is grabbed. Speed will keep at 180. Speed brake can go down before we keep losing speed. There we go. Speed brake armed. Should be in the arm position, hopefully. Flaps 25. And we'll hit the approach button. It's going to try and grab the glide slope and try and pick up speed. Gear down, 3 green showing. We're flaps 25 now, and we're still pretty heavy. Alright, glide slope is grabbed here. Very soon when that GS in white goes to green, it means we have the glide slope. Alright, glide slope has now been grabbed. Plane will pitch very, very much down. I should have hit the approach button actually when we were... I should have hit the approach button when that pink, magenta, diamond was actually on the line. Okay, let's bring our speed back a little bit more. Flaps full. Flaps full, 30 degrees. Nose gear light on. Gear is down, 3 green. Bring back to 141 it should be set at, which is probably a little bit too slow. I don't know, it should be okay. A little bit fast coming here, so we're gonna use some speed brake. Checked. I should be disengaging autopilot here, but we're a little too fast. And you need to arm the speed brake. There we go. Our speed brake is armed. I have control of my aircraft and throttles disengage, autopilot disengage, my aircraft. We got a bit of low speed here, we got to increase the throttles. Don't want to go that fast though. Alright. Let's get ready for landing. We're a little high here. Holy, we're a little high. Get back on the glide slope. Continue. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, guys. There's our redemption. Reverses green, decel, a lot of FPS drop. And lower the nose very gently down. Butter! Let's go! Oh my god, we got butter. Let's go. And we maintain center line. We did go in a little bit fast, but that's fine. Butter, that's nice. Oh my goodness. So I told you guys, it's the Boeing aircrafts. Every time I fly Boeing, I can get perfect butter. Okay, 60 clear the reversers. Manual braking. Guys, look at that. And you guys saw it. We got butter. Let's go. Since I've been flying Airbus, I have not got a single butter landing. With the Boeing, we got a butter landing. Air Canada Cargo, welcome to Atlanta, everybody. Alright, we'll clean up the airplane. Flaps all the way up. There we go, and we'll see the indicator here rise back to 0. Taxi light on. We'll start the APU and throw APU bleed on. aircraft looks all clean there. That was a nice landing. The approach was a little high, but then we regained. Speed was a little bit off, but we'll maintain that for next time we fly the 767. A little bit FPS heavy here. It's probably also because I had to put my old specs back in. Once we get the new specs, like I said before, my PC will be a beast once we have the new specs, which would be nice. I'm really hyped for it. Like I said, when I come back in January, that's when we'll be doing the new PC build, and then we'll do a stream with the new PC, and it will be a beast. It's a massive upgrade going from a Ryzen 5 5600X to a Ryzen 7 9700X. So that'll be fun. Anyways, let's taxi back to the gate. We'll go up top here, throw the APU gen on, since the APU is now started up. Yeah, I can't wait for my new specs, like I said. My new specs will make sure there's no FPS drops. Okay, let's choose a spot here. What spot do we want to go? We'll go in the outside view. And we'll probably just choose like this spot here, or... You know, let's choose this spot here. This spot looks good. We'll slow down here a little bit. Oh my goodness, the brakes are so touchy. Holy crap. I don't have AutoGate because I don't think it's compatible with X-Plane 12, and I also don't have SAM's ground handling because it's not wanting to work right now. It looks like it's been discontinued from X-Plane, so I'm not sure what happened there, but it's alright. We'll just have to go in the outside view and do this manually. Park on the second one here. There we go. Okay, throttles are idle. Everything's looking good on the outside. Very nice arrival today. We'll throw our parking brake on. There we go. Parking brake is on. Throttle idle. Airplane's all cleaned up. APU gen is running, and we will turn off engine 1 and 2, and we'll switch over to APU gen. You can hear the engines spoil down. There we go. We will throw our chocks and GPU on, as well as our stairs, LSU, and the loader unit. And we'll go airplane, open all doors, and then we'll just make sure everything outside looks good. Actually, we'll turn off our beacon light and taxi light because that's all been set. And turn off the APU gen because now we're on exterior power. And we'll go outside here. And we got our luggage loaders here and our big cargo loader, as well as stairs. So that is it for today's flight, guys. Aircraft is now going to get unloaded, and all cargo will go in the cargo sorting facility. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this flight from Toronto, Canada, down south to Atlanta in the US. With the Flight Factor Boeing 767-300 freighter as Air Canada cargo. Like I said, my favorite livery with this aircraft. Hopefully you guys enjoyed these flight sim videos. There will be more flight sim videos coming out soon, as I'm on holidays, like I said in the last video. Like I said, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on so you won't miss a new video. And like always, enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.